It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
You heard, Pat. We need to stay here and keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Who's that?
Is he with us?
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh, yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
Fire at will! Spread out, goddammit!
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it. So that's just what I did. Tools in the shed. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks. A friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of.
Get out here, you coward!
Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. But maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling!" Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention. They're gonna make a run. You directed that order at me. Those have that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Making my way past the castle of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the... And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that penny dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally... and stepped inside, and... bam! Last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.